Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Happy Labor Day. I've had such an amazing day today. Got ready for bed and haven't took my earrings off. They just happened to be on, but I enjoyed myself. I spent time with my great greats today, and they said Aunt Gigi, because that's what I let them call me, Aunt Gigi, which is standing for Aunt Great Great. And when I was getting ready to leave, Izzy said, Aunt Gigi, you so warm. I love you so much, Aunt Gigi. You smell good. And I said, what do you want for Christmas? He said, I want a phone. I said, I don't think your daddy gonna let Aunt Gigi buy your phone. He said, but you older than him. He got to do what you say, Aunt Gigi. You the boss because you're older than Daddy. And y'all, I am a great, great aunt because my nephew had a son at 15. And then he has 3 kids. And so I'm just so in love with them children. And Izzy, which is Israel, he is in kindergarten. And money didn't come today. So, and I called the other one Man. He was, he's in gifted in 2nd grade. So, they some smart kids, 1st or 2nd, something like that. But listen, I came on here powerful movie as well. I came on here. I finally got to watch the movie Deliverance. And I was like, I wonder what they think about it. Has anybody else watched it? We had a good time. And you know what? It's amazing. And then some of my cousins, they came down. I didn't go live. I just got little different things they did. But my cousins came down from Cleveland, Ohio. And one of them I look like her. Well, you can tell you can see it, you know. And they're out with my brother and at my nephew's house. Hey, Rodney. And it's on Netflix. And if you got a Fire Stick and you don't have Netflix, you can type Deliverance in and it'll pop up. What y'all think about it? For those that have watched the movie, what do y'all think about that movie? And that is based on a true story. And the lady's name is Latoya Ammon. 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 Like the Ammonites, the Ammon. It's based on a true story. And the house was in Gary, Indiana. So it was pretty decent. It's deep, and things like that do happen. And it is a documentary about that house, not about her. Because what happened was after she reported that to the Star, what happened, there was a man that came and bought that house. One of those paranormal people bought it. And he did a documentary. And you can find that documentary on Tubi and on Amazon Prime. This was based on a true story. Let me see. Somebody said something. Hold on. I saw something. Jermaine said, be careful of what house you build and who you invite to the house. Well, they didn't build the house. It was a rental property. But the thing about it, when they moved into the house, they started automatically having strange things happen. So it's not so much about the house you build, it's coming behind the spirits that were in the house, if that make any sense. When you live in a home, or when you going in and out, or you buying behind somebody, even the foundation, even the grounds that you build the house on, some stuff, if you buy a house right now, they're going to offer you a form of insurance in case someone comes along and tries to claim that land to protect you. It's called title insurance. And it's supposed they will send a lawyer to represent you, to say that you, unbeknown to you, that you purchased that property and that they didn't clear it off or they took it from someone. It's called title insurance. Miss Tracy, I wasn't sure if I should watch it, but now I might, since you watched it and the facts that you are sharing about it. Well, let me tell you the facts that I found out, because I want to find out for myself. What I found out, hey, Mama Shirley Jaco, what I found out was that it is based on a true story. The lady had 3 kids and she moved in a house in Gary, Indiana. They started having different things happen to them, and not just to her kids, but it happened to her. Now, one true fact that you're going to find out that they did, and I'm not quite sure why they needed Glenn Close in here other than to get more people to come watch it, because different celebrities have their fan base, because her biological mama was not a white woman. She was not mixed. So I'm not sure why they chose to make Glenn Close look like a white lady that kind of lived like a little ratchet, a black lady. I don't know why. And another thing in the truth story that she told the Star, and she told the Catholic priest. Now, it wasn't a Pentecostal person that did the ceremony, that did her, that did the deliverance. It was a Catholic priest. The Catholic priest had to get permission to go in and do the deliverance service. First, they had to have a mental psych evaluation to make sure that they wasn't mental and that they wasn't thinking this happened, and it really didn't happen. Hey, Denise Foley. And so all of that has been documented. Now, the house has been torn down. After they did the documentary for the paranormal guy that bought it, he tore it down. But he says that they still say that there is activity that's going on with the land. Ramona Forson said, Lee Daniels said he made her white because he has a lot of biracial friends. To me, that wasn't good enough. I personally think he did it for the views, because Glenn Close is a great actress, and she's been in some Oscar, winning movies. So I think it was to draw her fan base, like that. But I can tell you this much: the Bible talks about even different type of gate holes to hell, so to speak. I'm trying to use the right word. You and my grandmother favor a lot, warm to my heart. Oh, Keisha Tillerson. I bet you she was a nice, beautiful lady. And what that song say? You must be a special lady. And a very, what was it? Must be a special lady. And a very exciting girl. I can't think of, I don't remember the word. But it said sitting on top of the world. But it talks about, having these different gate holes to hell, because in the movie, Remember, he always was in the basement. But when you went in the basement had a hole in it. So that's what made me think about a different realm, because they said that that house had been reported to have strange activity for a while. The doctors did say that they witnessed that young boy do the things that he did. I don't want to spoil it. I don't know how many people I got on here. I don't want to spoil it for those that have not watched the movie. Because you got to be sitting on top of the world. Thank you, Audrey Johnson. She's, what'd you say? Oh, she lived far away. Okay. Thank you, Jeanette. Thank y'all for letting me know. Well, now that I'm relaxed and I'm home and I enjoyed my family, okay, stop that now, y'all. Out of all the things y'all could write, them people said, y'all want to write the nasty stuff. Oh, it's cause she said she could smell a nappy cuckoo. It's called Deliverance. God, she called it nappy too. I can't stand Shaw. I don't want the silly spirit to come out. I'm trying to be. Don't like houses with basements. You don't. It's called Deliverance. It's on Netflix. It's a Lee Daniels movie. She said tickle smell nappy dugout. And I wonder what it smelled like. Was this hot and salty and boiling? Cause demons be like that. Yes. But I thought about Poltergeist. I thought about a lot of movies that are made like that. Now, I have not watched the paranormal documentary of the house before he tore it down. So I'm not sure. They said it was real good. It's under another name though. It's not under Deliverance. Is that the movie? It's not based on a book, but it is based and documented on a lady, Latoya Amon, and the movie is called Deliverance. Yes, Monique is in the movie as well. Monique is a caseworker for defects. The thing about it is, what I wondered is, it says that in 2011 she moved in this house and all these activities began to happen. They moved out in 2012. Defects took her kids, and 6 months after that, she got them back. The house was bought by the paranormal dude. He did the documentary and tore it down in 2014. He paid $35,000 for the house. Yes, I watched the Supremes on Hulu. That was good. I wonder, because when you get an encounter, not only must you be delivered, but you got to stay delivered. And you got to be careful. You got to be careful what you entertain, who you entertain, because there was a weakness, because she described how they asked her. You have to go read her story. They asked her, how did she feel when them spirits entered into her? And she said she felt weak. She felt tired. She felt confused. And she didn't feel like herself. And we're not talking about Supremes, but it was a good movie. We're talking about another whole movie. And so she began to feel disconnected from her soul, her spirit. And I'm going to tell y'all this, and I know y'all parents don't like to hear this, but a lot of this, gateways, that's what the word I was looking for, gateways to hell. Even down to these video games that your children are watching and your grandchildren, this blue app and other apps, I'm telling y'all, demonic stuff and gateways to hell. Y'all don't believe how people can come in your life even from this blue app and try to mess you up. Did y'all not see that spirit this week? Time I came back on social media, there was somebody waiting to try to discourage me not to come on here and start drama. And after I done a video and they knew it wasn't me, and they was deliberately trying to sneak in. That's a spirit. See, y'all think y'all finna just see something that's made different and look different than us. No, there are people right now trying to bait and set people up. And that what happened to me, that was a form of witchcraft. They never sent their address. They never wanted no cake. They wanted to try to discourage me. They wanted to try to start something, and they wanted to try to do something. But God blocked it. He didn't let it be so. And what they really wanted to do is they wanted Darius to talk bad against me, to put a rift between us. And they thought they had a way to do it. But he knew my character. So you have to understand, you have to know a person's character. Common sense would tell you when people are good to folks, done everything to them, and you see all of a sudden a person tries to come against a person's character. There's no other reason. Jealousy is witchcraft. Evil is evil. You got people walking around you right now. They're a demon. They got evil thoughts. They evil thinkers, and they evil doers. They sit around plotting and scheming. And they get mad when you see it and you call them out. And birds of a feather flock together. A lot of times you see them together. You're an adulterer. You hanging with an adulterer. You used to be one. You got something in common. That's why I tell y'all all the time, y'all have to be careful. These kids is too grown. These little girls be too grown. They dress too grown. They be wearing halter tops cut up. They have on mini dresses. Baby, there are pedophiles out here. You dressing your child like they're a whole adult. Got on tights. Got on heels. Got on boots with furs. Got on little fur. I saw a pretty little girl. Oh, she was just beautiful. And she had on leopard. And then they had her leopard boots. And she had her little mini pocketbook. And they had put her in the little car, the little kitty car. And they had her hair. She had her little kisses going around her face. They had put makeup on her and everything. Now she was pretty. But baby, that little baby wasn't nothing but about 5 years old. You can't do that. You are opening the gateway. There are kids whose parents are taking them to get nails to be put on. There's some kids getting set up right now. You can't take them to eat, honey. Their mama got them eating lobster and crabs. Not McDonald's, honey. Not no Jack in the Box. Not White Castles or Crystals. Not Wendy's. Not splitting nothing in half. But eating grown folk food, as my granny used to say. They taste buds is extremely high. Higher than the parent's wallet. Got nail tips. Already getting their eyebrows arched. You setting them up. You baiting them. They grown, they dressing grown. They 3 and 5 years old with cell phones. Gateways. I noticed in that movie those kids were being taught to any kind of way. According to the movie, the mama treated them bad. But the grandmama, she loved them. And the grandmama hung around and was with the daughter because they were all struggling. And then the grandmama got cancer. But they looked to the grandmama to stop the mama from doing the things that she did in the movie. And I noticed with the little boy, he would have bruises and beat and stuff. And he was kept saying that he had a friend and he lived there. And the friend was doing these things and he was accepting it. And he went to school acting out. So you have to watch children. I was talking, my sister's school teacher, my niece's school teacher, and then another one of our family friends, she's a school teacher. And she was saying now that she retired and she went back and she's working with them, she said she remained quiet. She looks at them. She said, especially when it comes to learning, a lot of times something is going on at home or privately in their lives. So you have to look beyond the fact that that kid may not even be getting any help. A lot of times now kids are led to just do everything by themselves. Read by themselves, do their homework. You don't sit around the dining room table no more and everybody help each other with their homework. See, I picked up a lot. And I'm sure if I go watch that movie again, I'll have more insight than what I've got now. You should go to the movie to see Forge, especially the man. All the churches should go. I can watch The Forge on my Fire Stick, Miss Carol. That's where I watch it. I'll look into watching it. I felt like she had a gateway. How she according to the movie now, how she treated them kids. See, don't curse your kids. Don't curse at your kids. Don't call your daughters these and your sons this and hit them. Because the little boy asked for something at the table and she busted his lip. And she was always drinking and partying. The mama still was young, acting, dating black men, dressing kind of hood, She had gotten to church, and then the daughter was acting like, and that here is where I found out how the devil ended up attacking this family. The mama was a believer, but the daughter wasn't. The daughter was telling her mama, don't come in here with all that mess. And the mama had hung a cross on the wall, and the daughter was like, I'm taking that down. We ain't doing that. The daughter loved her mama, but she didn't have no respect. She cursed in front of her mama. She did everything. Drink, party, laid up. She did all this stuff. And she also did it in front of her kids. You ain't supposed to be doing everything in front of your kids. Let your children be children. When I grew up, folks used to say, go outside and play, grown folks talking. It's no way a kid can talk out your house. That's right, Celeste Hart. She had a portico open, a gateway open, how she lived. That same boy she busted in the mouth, that's the one that spirit got in first. The little boy was the one that got into first. Yeah, when she asked him he asked for some milk, she busted his mouth. She already had defects in her life. She already had defects in her life. The Bible is open to Proverbs 9:1, sitting right on my mantle. Hold on. Oh, but that mama wasn't having that. She would not let her take that cross down. She wouldn't. She wouldn't let him take that cross down. If you ain't strong enough, you shouldn't watch it. That's all I can tell you. I go to a Pentecostal church, so I done seen some stuff. I have been going back and forth on whether to watch. If you ain't strong enough, don't. Because some stuff can bother you if you're not strong enough. I'm not going to lie. But I'm just telling you right now, we got too many things out there. These kids need to be in school learning. Her mother let bad stuff happen to her. That was another gateway, and nobody had gotten delivered. Her mom sold her for money or drugs, and men climbing all up on top of her. And then she also went through the fact that their dad went in the military, and that the dad left her. And he told the kids he would be back, but he was overseas. But he didn't never say he was coming back for her. What did you say? Hello, it was a good movie, but it was evil demonic spirits in the hours that thrived on the weak. And I tell people all the time, you got to be careful everything what you watch. If you're trying to be abstinence from sex, you don't need to watch movies that's got too much sex. If you ain't strong enough, you just ain't strong enough. You bypass that stuff. You don't let nothing get to you. We must believe in the word of the Lord. I would have taken the children out of the room. Parents nowadays let their kids hear and do whatever. They really do. And her mom, she was trying to be a better. Yes, it took me years to get The Exorcist out of my mind. Well, you don't need to watch it. Her mom was trying to be a better grandmama than she was a mother. And that's why in the movie, what happened to the grandmama. I don't want to be a spoiler, She did. At the end, she had to open up and say Jesus. Because at the name of Jesus, demons tremble. That's right, Demarius Miles. This generation is messed up, and they had generational curses. And you even know that spirit. They took those kids to a Catholic school. And they boarded them like with other kids that I guess like a foster place. But that spirit still came. And the older two. And then the brother, he was trying to drown that little one. And the little one was stronger than any of them. He could conform to any image or person that he felt like had done anything to the mama. Because the devil watch you and study you. He don't know your future, but he show looking in your past. And that's why I tell y'all, why go and dig up your past to somebody? Ask God to heal you to get over it. Because taking and bringing your past up is not going to make things better. And so he formed back into her mama. Because she hated her mama for the things that her mama let happen to her. But yet they were stuck together. Ain't that something? Y'all are telling the movie. You don't have to be over here, Sonja. If you haven't seen it, just click off of here. That's the best thing to do, because at the end of the day, if you ain't seen it by now, everybody on Facebook got all the different clips, and there's so many reels up. So tonight, that's what we're talking about over here. So, you might not want to watch over here right now, because we're not going to stop talking. We can't sit around and wait until you make up your mind that you're ready to watch it. The little one was who the evil spirit took, and the other and was controlling the other two. Well, they had the other two too. There was a spirit that had got into the other two, because remember that the oldest one was trying to drown the youngest one in a tub. If you ain't seen it, then y'all gonna click off. Go watch another content creator. That way y'all don't hear it, because we're just discussing. The movie is called Deliverance. I just realized that you can It's a lot because it's a true story, and her name is Latoya Amen. And you have to understand the chain of events that happened and what happened in her life. And she began to tell people what happened, and it was documented. And she talked to the Star, and then a Catholic priest had to get permission to do the exorcism. Yeah, her daughter was paying for her chemo in spite of. They tore the house down. Yeah, they did. We already talked about that. Who tore the house down was a how you say that? Paranormal. They bought it. And when they bought it, they did a documentary in it. And then when they did the documentary in it, then they tore the house down. But they said that there's still activity on the grounds. And that's why we were saying it's a gateway. Sometimes you have a gateway to hell. A combination of all kind of things that happen. Just like how you read about some towns and cities or stuff. What is that? Some towns are known for witches and stuff. Y'all ever notice they always do something like in Wisconsin or Maine or something, and they deal with witches and warlocks and things like that. Some cities are big, celebrating Halloween. Every city has a spirit that hovers over it. And people have said that when they walk past the lot that the house was on, that when they walk past the house, that the lot that the house was on, they still see strange activity. You know? It's hard when a movie's been out and people are doing, it's hard to sit around and say, well, don't talk about it. I hadn't seen it. I really don't know why you hadn't had the time to see it yet. But there's so many reels out there. So I'm not quite sure why you have, some of y'all, just procrastinating. Yes, she fought that spirit. And you got to fight for your life. You have to rebuke things out of your home and away from your children. Yes. Salem, all of those places like that. I remember Salem used to have a lot of movies dealing with stuff like that. New Orleans. But, I don't know. I know that it was a seance done and all of that. The movie kind of shows that somebody came in to help her, but the spirit killed them. But according to the true story, the priest didn't die. According to the true story, the doctors did document the little boy climbing up the wall backwards and things like that. So, let's see. It's on Netflix. Now the Forge is in the movie. You got a Fire Stick, you can watch it on your Fire Stick. Yeah, it's based on true events. They give her name and everything. When it comes to dealing with demonic spirits, the root causes that gives demonic spirit power is unforgiveness. Sometimes it is good to burn sage in your home. I'm not really big on that. Even though I think sage is common, I don't think no sage could do nothing. But one thing about it is you do have to be careful what you let in and out your home, what you entertain, what you allow your eyes to see and your ears to hear. She did have holy oil on her hands, and she threw it on the demon, but it wasn't strong enough because the lady that was killed in the movie, she kept telling the lady, she said, don't lose faith. No matter what it changes into, no matter what that demon say, remember, don't get scared and don't lose faith. And what ended up happening was the black lady that was acting, she was supposed to be a Pentecostal. person, but it wasn't a Pentecostal person that did it. According to the truth that the lady said, it was a Catholic priest. But that Pentecostal woman, she converted over to her son that was killed. And she made that woman mad. And she the house gone, it's tore down. And when it happened like that, the girl got out of character and started arguing, and it beat her up pretty bad. And she said, "I'm finna die." And she gave that woman that holy oil. So I don't think, like, for me, I think you have to know what is truly going on. And sometimes making these movies, I remember with the Poltergeist, a lot of the people that played in it eventually died. That was the scary part. That's why they kept changing the actress. First it was the little girl that passed away, and then the next thing you know, the lady that played the mama and Poltergeist, and then the lady that put the man, the daddy, and then the lady just kept saying, what was the little girl's name? Sarah Jane, whatever it was, come to the light. Come to the light. So I don't know what the little girl's name was. Well, we can't do nothing about, nowadays people curse all the time. I wasn't even focused on the cursing, because you watch regular TV now. People just don't carry themselves with a certain standard now. And so folks love, like, for instance, if her kids grew up cussing at their kids, well, what you think? They had a mama that cussed at them. Some people love these grandmamas cussing to this day, and they up in age because they can relate, because they got cussed out by their mamas as kids. That's why them people loved Miss Holler that died. They loved her because she cussed all the time. You got to be careful. That's why I told y'all, even with myself, access denied. No. Too much was going on. And my husband said, nobody else coming to my house. Access denied. You're not going to have full access to me. It was getting to be too much. It was getting to be too much. Even down to me trying to handle my business, how I want to sell my stuff. You was trying to control me and pulling me like a string to do things your way when you want it. I'm just going to send you my money. I'm just going to jump the gun. No, you're not. Oh, you sent my money back. Yes, I did. Because that ain't what I told you to do. And I also said, well, if you don't send me when you're supposed to send me, somebody get ahead of you. If it's gone, it's gone. Can't do it now. Access denied. I was trying to show that I didn't care who come in and out, but after the chain of events that I went through, after a demon will show itself. I don't care what y'all say. A demonic spirit will show itself. When it cannot be seen, when it don't have no power to stand out, when nobody is can, it's going to show when it gets with other spirits that it's got to get strength from. My event, we had too many praying people in there. We had too many praying people on the night of my wedding. But it showed itself. And that was happening. The kids kept saying they couldn't sleep good in their house. All that stuff. And then all of a sudden, it started operating and it started showing in school. So, Now, let me explain something. I can go eat lunch with somebody. But I just can't have everybody out in and out my house. And I can't have everybody all around me. And y'all can get mad, but jealousy is like witchcraft. I picked up on something else in this movie. Jealousy, that girl in that moment, she was jealous of her mother because she was raising her kids. But yet she still had to look at the woman that did her wrong. Then the mama had a boyfriend. But the man left her, was in the military. She had to look at her, resent her, constantly be reminded what she allowed to happen to her, and then she turned around and lost her kids to defects. For whose behavior? Her behavior. And the white lady said, I won't let you talk to her, that lady that's trying to help you any kind of way. She said, whose side you on? I was like, oh, Lord Jesus. So I'm like, oh my goodness. You're gonna pick on, you gotta go back and find, and I'm gonna watch I gotta find out the name of do anybody know the name of the documentary where the paranormal guy did when he bought the house? Does anybody know that? You have to send me an email, Lori Ann Dickerson, because I don't live in Atlanta. It's called Demon House. Thank you. No, it's not House Hunters. I know that much. It's Demon House. Yes, it's on Tubi and it's also on Prime. I just couldn't remember it because I read it. Now, the movie Deliverance is on Netflix. Yeah, Paranormal Activities, and it was Demon House. Okay, I need to find that. The house is located in Indiana, Gary, Indiana. Yeah, I'm going to pull it up. I was just wondering what y'all felt about it. So, go ahead, Avery.
What's up, Mama?
Nothing, babe. I'm talking.
No, you're not.
So, it was, I don't know what this person has, Ruth Robertson, I don't know what you posted. Yeah, they did. They tore the house down after he did the documentary, he tore it down. Yeah. But he bought it. And I think he tore it down in 2016. There it is, Demon House. So I want to see what the outcome was when it came. And then some of these movies, like even though this is a true story, some of the movies, some of the movies that you watch, you have to be careful. The Walking Dead, all these different things. Especially if you are truly dealing with something. It says, after buying a haunted house in Indiana over the phone, sight unseen, paranormal investigator Zach and his crew are unprepared for the demonic forces that await them in the house. So they went through something serious. was the movie showed was spiritual warfare and real. If you don't have any anointing and defiantly prayed up, did you mean definitely? Well, the thing is that it's just a good conversation to have. So you know what? Maybe some of y'all need to go watch it first, and we can, we can come back to this because did he need a priest afterwards to cleanse him? Wow. I've already watched The Supremes. It was a good movie. I watched that already. I watched it when it first came out. And they even had issues, but I think what happened was that whatever had happened and had in the movie, something had happened in this house before to another family. And I think whatever had happened in that family, it was relatable to the family that moved in. Because the black lady said that things had happened in the house and that she had lost the boy that lived in that house. She couldn't save him. So I think that, we lived in a haunted house. I don't think I can watch this. Yeah, I think they were so, the wife unlived her husband and children. And the lady said she tried to save him and she couldn't save him. But this documentary was done December 16, 2019. And he's going into this house. He bought it from hearing about what had went on in the Star magazine. Well, sometimes you can. Latanja Stay Woke. Who was that? Miss Carolyn Terry. Sometimes you can. You really can. Sometimes you can. And sometimes if you know where you are in the Lord and how He's got you, they don't have access to you. You can be fine. I didn't know. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know that show was gonna be like that. Yes, it showed how the wife of the couple before them were demon possessed. Oh yeah, I remember that, and I laughed. I sure did. And when she realized she didn't even know she done it. Yes, I did. We had a big cookout. I got videos of Miss Taylor. We had everything you can name. We had broccoli, rice and cheese casserole. We had macaroni and cheese, turnip greens, green beans, yams, sweet potato souffle, ribs, chicken, fish, Georgia boy hot dogs. We had pickled vegetables. We had cupcakes, lemon squares, chocolate cake, red velvet, and we had popsicles for the kids, all kind of drinks and water, and we had a lot. I'm missing a whole lot of things, but we had a lot. At the end, the mama was fighting against herself, and yet she found the faith in God that she had lost. Some people will never forgive you. You got to be careful everything when you buy furniture, rent a center. Uh, you don't know when you moving in the houses. My houses, I always got my preacher to come and anoint it and walk through and pray. Things you take from people. Folks send you stuff in the mail. You don't know what they're practicing. You don't know what they're trying to do. Stuff like that. So what you eat, you gotta be careful whose food you eat. I don't want to tell it, but when I went, I picked up on something when I had went on my trip, and I had went into the person's house. Instantly, I felt something. You can pick up when people trying to talk about you, do things against you, working against you. And I knew instantly when I walked in and in the conversation that they was trying to have and pull me in. And I kept saying, I didn't come here for that. I didn't come here to talk about nobody. And they just looked at me like, oh, so you on their side. So I just stopped by to see your first day of September. Now, when I say the burr months, I don't mean that you freezing like burr. It's just they all end with an ER. September, October, November, December. We call them the burr months because then I told y'all would be January, February. That means you got to be ready. That you march yourself into April, May it be June. And that was during the time that we were getting ready for our family reunion. My family, I had met them and they came in today. And she was like, oh, I love watching you and on your show and stuff. She said, oh, this is my cousin. And I didn't turn the camera on for you to see everything. We had conversations. I wasn't asking nobody to turn no music down. None of that. Because you got to know when to turn this camera off and enjoy your family. Is it the best about Jelly Roll? Okay. No side choose. I wasn't going to get caught up in it. And that's where everybody kept saying, you was on they said, no, I wasn't. Because ain't nobody done that and you do it to yourself. Somebody demon possessed them. Do you realize, y'all don't realize what you see. People will tell you in a minute, I don't go to church because of folks like you. I don't go. No, you don't go to church because you don't go, because I don't go to church where you go. And the devil done convince you don't need to go to church. And some of the people that talk about God never put their foot in the church. They never pay tithes. They want the blessings of God. But don't you know, just like you can get the blessings of God, you can get the wrath of God. Things start to happen to you. Now, all of a sudden, it took that to push you into the arms of God. It took a broken and contrite spirit. And anytime somebody know you on the Lord's side, that's the first thing they're going to try to say. Y'all ask everybody to pray for you. Then they'll tell somebody on the page, y'all pray for this person. Because they ain't going to pray. They're not prayer warriors. Yeah, they was working with it. Some of them knew how to do it at Gail Johnson, and some of them didn't know how to do the dance. So she was working on that turn. Slide to the left, then to the right. So, so my sister-in-law and them and all them, they know how to do it, and my niece and them, because they always going on cruises and doing line dancing. But y'all have to be careful. And you pay close attention. Even right now, some people got folks like witchcraft. Jump from page to page. You don't even know these people. Inserting yourself. I just witnessed it yesterday. And the first thing, the demon got mad because the demon thought that Darius was going to come against me. And when he helped me, they didn't like it. Oh, you being messy. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. And that demon was mad because it was like, oh, she back. Where she been, she was off. We going to run her off of Facebook. We going to mess her business up. We going to stop her from selling them cakes. She doing too good. She sold that many cakes and got them shipped off last week. See, what I told y'all was, let me go back and do my baking. Let me get how many I can sell. according to how many I'm about to bake and put in the freezer. And then I'll get your name and do it that way. Have your stuff out the next day. But instead, people want to jump over folks. I'm going to do this. I'm going to cash up you anyway. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Oh, she asking me for cards, gift card. No, I ain't asked you for nothing. But I'm aware. I'm woke. I'm woke. She thought she was going to put a wedge between me and Darius. That was her whole goal. She had a purpose and she was sent. Some spirits are sent your way. And you'll find her on other pages. And you don't accidentally order what you want to pay for. Can you send the money back? I accidentally ordered a cake. That's what the scammer had came over on my page to tell me. It was a scammer. Because she told the scammer, I already done sent you the money for the cake. So the scammer was like, we got to get that back. And we're going to get her to get us some gaming cards. You have to do things decency and in order. Everybody can't watch that movie. So don't watch it. But it's just a true story. And things like this is happening this day and age. Hey, Monique. And I tell people all the time, pay attention to your surroundings, don't I? When I tell you to command your day, we do 4 things. We give God the glory, the honor, and praise. We LYFE. We love ourselves first every day. We pay attention to our surroundings, and we pray without ceasing. But the thing about it is, I wondered today, where is she mentally? Where is she? How is this a factor in her life and the kids' lives? Yes, they moved. But just because you move from a place, don't mean the spirit can't follow you. Just like they said they tore the house down. But people say they still see strange things and activities and get a funny feeling when they walk past the lot that the house once sat on. So now that means the grounds. What happens when somebody come by, put something on there, build something on that land? That's why I tell y'all sometimes we got to be careful what our house is sitting on. You know, they move graveyards. And then on top of that, you look at this. A lot of people bloodshed on this land. This land belonged to Indians. Look at all the different wars that we went through on this land. Sherman came through. Kingston was supposed to be the capital of Georgia. But Sherman came through and destroyed it. That's why Atlanta is the capital. It was supposed to be here where I lived, right up the street. Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday. How do I say it again? Break your name down, Sister Dean. Happy 50th birthday. Taquita. Today is a special day. It is a day that everything will go your way. Today is the day that you were born. It's your birthday. What? You got it going on. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. What did you do on your birthday? Go out to eat on your birthday. Do what you want to do. It's your birthday. I just came to say happy birthday. And also to Deacon Calvin's daughter, Nova. Nova is celebrating Her birthday. I can't believe Nova Scotia is gone to school. Oh my goodness. Um, I hope it was a great birthday. And you 50. Ain't it nifty? Sequita turned 50. Hey, Pepper Hodge. So listen, I was very upset and frustrated, but I'm still going to run my business my way. And once I come back in my laboratory, as they say, my chemical laboratory of redemption, and when I bake up my cakes for this upcoming week, and when I bake up my brownies and lemon squares, I will tell you how many I got to sell. I will tell you who will be picked to purchase. I don't need you to do nothing but correspond to your emails. Once I get this down, I'm going to shift this over to my website. Hold on, I can't see. I'm going to shift this over to my website. All right. Hey, Owana Crockett. And so next week, bake, I'll let you know. I'm just like Jimette used to say. Listen, this is how I'm going to do my business. And at first, I thought Darius was calling and asking me, are you using Cash App? I was like, well, I can use what I want to sell my stuff. But that wasn't the point he was getting at. So he told me, listen to what I'm saying. I didn't have no idea what was going on. But what I do know is, I thank God. I thank God for rams in the bush. I thank God for people. As he said, I'm fond of her. I love him. Well, I can tell you what I'm thinking about baking. For certain, I got to bake more lemon and strawberry because they sold out. I'm not going to bake what ain't going to sell. I'm also going to make just plain heavenly pound cakes. And I'll probably make some 7-Ups. And I don't know, maybe red velvet cheesecakes. So I'll probably do red velvet cheesecakes, strawberry cheesecakes, lemon cheesecakes, and like 7-Up and heavenly pound cake. But I'm going to make so many. I'm not doing pineapple right now. Pineapple, nothing with fruit am I doing. I don't like to mail stuff out with fruit because fruit go bad. And Dr. Lisa Lauren Lynn, I told you I was ready to bake your cake, and you told me you would let me know. All right? There's not a list to be added to. I just need to get my stuff together, and then I'll tell you when I'm ready. I don't know if you're the only one that likes chocolate, but nobody requested that I do a chocolate cake. I can do a chocolate. I can do a chocolate cheesecake. I can make it, but nobody was requesting it. So when I get it, I'm going to show you everything, and they're going to be ready to go. And these are going to be minis. Now, once you get it and you like it, if you want to order a big cake, let me know. All right? But in the meantime and in between time, I know what's selling. What did you say? Okay, that makes sense. Maybe you can cook with us, teach us how to make it. Well, you know, Stephanie, I made one online. I used to try to teach people, and I used to give out so many recipes, and folks didn't appreciate it. And if you pay close attention, some people went over there and took Mama's Comfort Cooking stuff, took all this stuff, all my recipes, all my stuff. You know, anytime y'all hear certain things like pat your biscuits with water or pat them with the buttermilk, now pat your biscuits, nobody was doing that. That come from my mama. Though that is my verbiage. That came from me. So a lot of issues with people that I have is with people that I did not want to connect with, that I was teaching them how to cook. And they thought, well, if I'm going to be a content creator, I'm going to get to know her. No, everybody don't have access to me. And when you show yourself, when you show me who you are, I don't. And some people I did let come, even though I knew right up here in my head, because I had already been told how they were. I wasn't trying to connect to none of them. I just let them come to my event. And so there's certain things and things that I do. And that's why Jermaine told me, he said, stop cooking everything from scratch. Starve them to death. Let them cook the same thing over and over and over. But like I say, you all will be able, whoever did not get the purchase, and I don't talk about everything that I do to add moisture in my cakes. Sometimes I don't let you see some stuff, and that's my business. I don't have to. Because remember, baking is to a science. And that science may not make sense to you because your calibration can be off. But it worked for me. You may never think or thought that you could do it. You may think, oh, I didn't know you could do that. You did, sign your pen. And then I'm like, they would never think they could put this in a cake. But I do. And it works. One thing I ain't gonna get no phone call that my cake is dry. Unless I done had a bad time and left out something. And that's kind of why I go back to baking. I'll bake whatever. If I bake with you, I'm going to let you give me the recipe you baking with, and we'll bake your way. I don't never give my full thing. Sansa hers was good. She know that. Now, Sam, what I'm going to do with this next set, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drizzle y'all icing. But I bought some containers to put in for you to pour more icing on your cake. So we know that lemon is going to be back on the market. Strawberry. And it was a strong request for red velvet. And I had a few orders for brownies and lemon squares. And I also had a lot of people asked for the plain Heavenly Pound cake. What's $35? What? Cooking classes ain't nobody. Well, you know what? I used to do it for free. I did everything for free. And now I'm at a place where I feel good. And I'm trying to show y'all, like, I'm going to bring coconut cakes in and things like that when the weather gets a little cooler. But I have an order. A lady wanted some biscuits. I got to find her email. I want to be able to make her some biscuits, freeze them, and send them off, But I feel Denise Foley and them all been with me. That's why I told Denise, me and you can email each other off of him because we've been together a long time. I was frustrated yesterday. And I know Denise have to mail me because she don't do the other stuff. And you got to get it in. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, Miss Vertella. I don't fool with coconut in the summer. Coconut will spoil on you in a heartbeat. Because I use wet coconut and dry coconut in my cakes. I don't like no dry coconut cake with just dry flaky stuff. I like wet coconut mixed with the dry coconut. You get wet coconut out the freezer department. This is working. This is how, and the cakes are not big, but they are truly big enough. Saying Hardy, the cakes are not big, but tell the truth. When you get to cutting them, they big enough. I already know. Was it you, Toy Saverson, that emailed me? But then when you get a taste, you might say, Trace, I want a big cake. DI, I can. So Toy, I told you, you have to write on your what you paying for. When you send me your check in the mail, let me know what is my dues. Then let me know what is going toward the cake. What flavor cake you want. Same thing with Denise. You have to get that stuff to me and let me know. Because I've even had to work it out and get Denise her seasoning. They're not huge, but they big enough. I promise you. They really are. They big enough. That way it's a breakdown. It helped me out. If y'all help me out, I don't have no workers. I'm not dumping stuff out of one thing. These are from scratch. And y'all, I don't know how to cut cake small. When I make a big cake to bless y'all, and I cut them heavenly pound cakes, anybody tell you your slice is big? No, you can't place an order right now because I'm doing something right now. What I'm doing is selling certain cakes, and they're minis, and they're selling for $45, and then your shipping cost. That way, honestly, you can get, like, just say, I'm going to use Dr. Lisa Lauren Lynn, Dr. LL Cool J. She may want a heavenly pound cake plain. That's $45. Then she want a lemon. That's another $45. Then she say, you know what, I think I want to try strawberry. So you get to try 3 different cakes for what you're paying. Really for one. Do y'all understand now? And they really cute. And I plan on doing a little something different. I got my piping bags. I would be working on seasoning. Me and son, I overslept. I just used all of my seasoning that I ordered from you. Yes, you will be able to reorder, Miss Mary, right? We finna upload everything, get everything going. Y'all work with me. And let me get y'all accustomed to how I do stuff. Then, once I get everything in my system, I know what I'm baking, how many I'm baking per week. When I put the number up and the pictures of my cakes on my website, it may say 25 strawberry, 25 red velvet, 25 lemon, and 25 plain. That's all I'm going to have that week. Lemon squares, it may tell you how many per dozen that I have. Shipping so high, I don't understand why you wouldn't buy a dozen lemon squares. Shipping so high, you might as well buy a dozen instead of buying just 6. Instead of buying 5. You gonna pay so much. And some people, I just do like that. Some people, I just threw a lemon squares in their things anyway so they could try them. I'm a firm believer. Taste it. Try one. You may not want it. So, with that being said, I have enjoyed talking to y'all. I didn't come for a long time, but I come and we'll finish talking about it tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna start our September relaxing, a little breakfast, and you will when the post office open on Tuesday. Tracey Coleman, y'all all orders should be the first ones coming to your door. Mother Joyce Anderson Journey. If you ready, I'm ready. I got one for you. Just let me know everything you want to be included, and I'll tally you up. So I do have a fire stick ready. I can make the lemon squares tomorrow. Post office ain't open tomorrow anyway, so when I make them, I can put them in the freezer. If you want a lemon cake or a strawberry cake or something, let me know. Now, I don't have, just let me know. I got everything you need. I'm waiting on you to say, Tracey, I'm ready. And I can have everything in the mail for you Tuesday. And I'm going to do right. I promise y'all. And we're going to stay right here. I don't have nothing against no content creators. And you got your favorite ones. And they can be amazing, par excellent. But I am just really, and I deal with who I want to deal with. I talk to who I want to talk to. And let everybody do their thing. I'm glad they have the events. Go support. I ain't going to no big events. I'm not going to none of that kind of stuff. Because COVID is on the rise. Rosemary, I got you covered. I'm making your brownies tomorrow so I can get your stuff shipped out on Tuesday. Remember, I still got to have a new MRI. I've already did my site evaluation. I'm finna get the trial stimulator put in my back. So I'm trying to do what I can do with how much I can do. You watch whomever you please and you go to whoever event you want to. As for me, I've tried it. And it didn't work for me with everybody. Some it did. Mama Joyce, if you don't mind telling me, text me what all you want. So Tracey ain't having nothing else this year. She relaxing and working on this. Is that okay? We done had 2 amazing family reunions. We've been on cruises. We're going to Aruba come next June. And I don't know what God got in store. See, Joy Evans said, I'm in the hospital now. She has COVID. So I'm going to sit back, relax, and put on my headgear. I'm chilling. Tanya get exactly what I want to order brownies. Okay, Tanya Kitchen, just let me get everything. I feel good. Stacey Evans, did you get your cake and stuff, Stacey? I want y'all to take it easy and listen to what I'm telling y'all. Because in Bible study, I'm going to tell y'all some stuff. I sure am. My goal is to be in Bible study tomorrow at 4:30. That's my goal. But you better be careful. And the moral of what I was talking about this story, your eye gates, your ear gates, and your mouth gates. Be careful what you watch. Be careful to what you hear and listen to. And be careful to what you speak. What is this? Yeah, Mama Carol Green is doing fine, Miss Kathy Neely. She was on my live the other day. I need to take Mama Carol Green something. Love you too, Michael Gosnell. How you doing? We fine. I'm fine. We had a big, Michael, you know how big our family do stuff. So we just finished our family get together. We always do a big family get together on Labor Day. She's doing good. She was on the live the other day, and she was commenting on my post on my personal page. I personally know her, and I got to get her something over. I got to get her something over. I got to get Mama Jones. She came and spoke to me today. It's one of my followers from here. So she lost her husband. It ain't even been a year. And so I got to get Mama Jones, George and Charles and them, Jones mama and them something. I'm going to get her a little cake over to her house. So see, I got some stuff to do. I got to make some drop-offs. Now, some of the kids going to get mad. I'm going to see if I can get Cecil, Yvonne something over there. Monica B done got mad at me, her daughter. Because they up in age. I need to get Mama Emma Cooley something. Yvonne Ward something. Mama Carol Green something. I need to get Mama Jones something in Cartersville. I got my babies here too. So, with that being said, I love y'all. Thank y'all for hanging in there with me. The devil meant it for bad. I'm so glad God meant it for my good. He meant it for my good. Listen, Michael Gosner. God meant it for my good. He brought me out without a doubt. I knew that he would. Now I know no defeat. I'm strong when I'm weak. Jeanette, God gave me a song. Now I must sing on. The devil meant it for bad. I'm so glad God meant it for my good. I love y'all. May God and the peace of God rest, rule, and abide with us henceforth and forever. May he cover each and every one of our houses as we lay our heads to rest. May God find favor that we rise. And if the Lord's willing, the creek don't rise, and air and blood is running warm in our veins. I'll see you later. Honeybees. Roll, don't get jealous, because he meant it for our good. Rosemary, he meant it for my good. All minds clear, time to clear the parking lot. He brought me out without a doubt. And I knew that he would. Now I know no defeat. Mama Joyce Anderson, I'm strong when I'm weak. Jean P. Conley, God gave me a song. Now I must sing on. The devil meant it for bad. But I'm so glad God meant it for my good. Good night, honeybees.